Hello and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Today's video is all about the Read Aloud. I'm going to be talking about tips on how you can do the Read Aloud and how the Read Aloud can help you pass your PTE reading, which is another important module in the PTE exam, and how it can impact your reading score as well. Now stay tuned to the end of this video so you understand how to go about it. Now, one thing about this task is that people underestimate it, or people think it's just reading because they kind of give you a paragraph to read, and once you read that paragraph the right way, you get all the score. Now, the right way I mean is there are certain criteria they want you to meet before you can get your scores out for that task. You have 6 to 7 of this task on your test day, and it is the first task in your PTE speaking. Now, this task is going to impact your speaking score and your reading score. It's going to impact it, especially your reading score heavily, okay? And it's also going to boost your speaking score. In case you don't know, my name is Juliet and this is my space. This is my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't given me a thumbs up for this video, give me a thumbs up for this video. Alright, so the Read Aloud looks very tricky because they give you like a paragraph to read. Now in that paragraph, you're supposed to, they'll give you 35 seconds to prepare. That's read it to yourself. Then they give you 40 seconds to read. Now, once 35 seconds elapses, you hear a beep and you're supposed to start reading. It's a very tricky. How do I explain this being tricky right now? It looks easy, especially if you're a first time test taker. You say to yourself, is it not just to read it? And yeah, but it's not just to read, it doesn't end there. There are certain criteria they need you to meet, like oral fluency, like your content, like your pronunciation. If those things are in place, then you can get all the scores that you need for them. Yeah, and you're going to have 6 to 7 of this kind of question. Yeah, why? I don't want to get you confused. When I say 6 to 7, in some exams they give you 6 of this task, while in other exams they give you 7. Your neighbor can actually get 7, or you might get 6, or both of you can get 6, 6, or 7, 7. I hope that's clear. All right, so I'm just going to go into my laptop and I'm going to show you exactly what this task is, what it looks like. So when you see, you understand what I mean and how you can read it to get the score that is necessary for you to pass, and how it can impact your reading score heavily. Now just stay with me to the end of this video so you know how you can go about this task so you can get a high score for your PTE speaking and for your PTE reading. I hope that makes sense. So this is it. You're given 35 seconds to prepare. You can see it's already showing counting down here. Even in the real exam, you're given 35 seconds to read the test before you. Now see how it is. This is what the test looks like. All right, it doesn't look different from this. Sometimes we just have the ones with 2 sentences or 2 lines. This one has got like 3 lines and more than 2 sentences. Now let's go to the official Pearson website and see what they have to say about this task. All right, so this is the original or the Pearson website. These are the original owners of the exam. Yeah, so we are now on the Read Aloud, and you can see here, I can see this arrow here, the Read Aloud. And you can see they said the test box appears here, like what I have shown you previously. And you can also see here prompt length is up to 60 words. You're going to see that. Now these are the skills that you're being assessed for: the reading and speaking. We know the Read Aloud is a speaking task, but it's going to be impacting your reading score, or it's going to be adding scores to your reading module, up to 25 to 35 points to your reading module. I think that's a lot of score. So that is why I'm taking my time to show you how to do this task. It's a very important task. Now, time to answer, it varies by item. This is because some of these passages they give to you, or paragraphs they give to you, might contain just 2 lines or 3 lines, okay? All right, so they said how to answer this question. So for this item type, you need to read a written test aloud, which is what I've explained. You have 30 to 40 seconds to read the test to yourself, or 30 to 40 seconds to prepare. So I would always say, try to read it once to yourself so you kind of get acquainted with the words. I know that there's no how you would master the words in that short moment, but you can know the words, so it may not be difficult for you while you read through it. He said, do not start speaking before the microphone opens because your voice will not be recorded. That simply means that once you hear that tone, don't start reading immediately. Just count like 1 second, 2 seconds, and then you begin to read. Yeah, then you should speak clearly. There's no need to rush. Speak clearly. Don't muddle up your words. Speak as clearly as possible, okay? Don't muddle up the words, because if you muddle up the words, you're going to be missing out um your pronunciation score. Because the thing is, we are not originally native English speakers. Even if we speak English in some of our countries, we have other languages that we speak, unlike the Britons and maybe the Aussies or the Australians. Yeah. All right. So once you finish, you just click on the word completed. Okay. Now there's one important thing you need to know here, which they have also stated here. If you remain silent for longer than 3 seconds, the recording will stop. So it's very, very important. Okay, let's go back and see what they have to say. One or more sources. Even if you don't have to do it, integrating a few quotes into your writing can add life and persuasiveness to your arguments. The key is to use quotes to support a point you're trying to make, rather than just include them to fill space. Now you can see how I read it. I wasn't rushing. I wasn't doing many papers you write in college. You require you to require quotes from more than sources. If you don't have to do it, now there's something about rushing this. If you rush this, especially if you're not a native English speaker. By the way, this exam is actually targeting the mostly non-native, as in non-native, or if English is not your first language. Yeah, actually, if you want to migrate or you want to come study abroad, this exam is targeted for those set of people. Now, one thing here is if you read too fast, it might have a way of affecting your pronunciation score. I remember for this particular task, pronunciation is very important. You would need to score, you need to get 5 marks for pronunciation here. So reading too fast will make your words to be lumped together, and it's going to make your words not to be picked up, the pronunciation of words not to be picked up. Just imagine pronouncing this word persuasiveness, and when the computer is listening to it, it says a persuasion, just sounding so odd from what it's supposed to do. Okay, so that's the way you read. I'm just going to take one more, and then I'm going to show you exactly another way to read. Now, they've given you time to prepare. So try to read it at least once to yourself. Analysts were impressed by the improvement in margins reported across all regions apart from the United Kingdom, and said that this reflected a clear effort to improve profitability across the business. Although the turnaround is still in its early stages and the valuation looks full, given the challenge of turning around such a large and complex business, this is certainly an impressive start. Analysts were impressed by the improvement in margins reported across all regions apart from the Analysts were impressed by the improvement of margins reported across all regions, apart from the United Kingdom, and said that this reflected a clear effort to improve profitability across the business. Although the turnaround is still in its early stages and the valuation looks full, given the challenge of turning around such a large and complex business, this is certainly an impressive start. Now, once you finish, you click on next in the exam. All right, so you can see here that I wasn't rushing, neither was I saying analysts were impressed by the improvement in margins reported across all regions. Now, once you begin to do that, just know that you're beginning to lose score. So I would say try to follow the way I have read. That way you'll be able to get score. Even on the official Pearson website, which I'm going to go back to right now, you can see what they said. They say you should speak clearly. There's no need to rush. They are telling you there's no need to rush. Okay, so do not rush, because in margins reported across all regions. Now, once you begin to do that, just know that you're beginning to lose score. So I would say try to follow the way I have read. That way you'll be able to get score. Even on the official Pearson website, which I'm going to go back to right now, you can see what they said. They say you should speak clearly. There's no need to rush. They are telling you there's no need to rush. Okay, so do not rush, because if you do, you're going to be losing score. Now, why I'm stressing on this part is because some people will say, rush it, rush it, rush it. You're going to get a high score. Yeah, you might get a high score for fluency, but how about your pronunciation score, which is also 5 marks, like the 5-mark fluency gives to you? Okay, so there's need for you to slow down. When you slow down, you can get your score. That way, you don't need to worry whether you're going to do so well, because you already know that you read it very well. So there's need for you to practice before the exam. Remember that you're being assessed. This task is going to be contributing scores for both the speaking and the reading, not one mark or 2 marks. It's going to be contributing between 25 to 35 marks to your reading score. So this is one task that can help boost your reading score, especially if you're not doing so well in the reading and writing fill in the blanks, or the reading module precisely. So I hope this is going to help you. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section, and I can help you. Answer them. Now, I want to also say something in this video. If you are finding it difficult to read, you can send me clips of what you have read or recorded voice where you're reading. I can listen to it and make corrections on how you can go about it. That one is free of charge. Okay, now let's go over and finish up.